I'm just going to say that today is March 21st, 2010, and we are going to find out some information about Grandma and Grandpa. I've already started this, but we'll start with the biography. Given names for Grandma and Grandpa: Arnold Richard Max Wendt and Helga Emma Schroeder. Grandpa's birthday is March 5th, 1931, and Grandma's birthday is May 17th, 1936. Grandpa is from Steffenberg, Germany.
You would make a bad German.
I would, because I was born here.
Yes.
Grandma's from Wiesbaden, and let's see, Grandpa grew up in Senftenberg, and Grandma grew up in Schierstein. Nicknames throughout the years. We had a great conversation about this earlier. Grandma says that Grandpa's nickname was Becker Bloom,
because he was a baker.
which means the baking flour.
In America,
That's
he was known as.
Oh yeah, and so here we all know him as the Duke.
But she didn't give any good
No,
names.
she didn't
Yeah,
want
no
any-
nicknames for our grandma.
She's sneaky.
Earliest memories, Grandpa said his earliest memories of him being in school, he received a cone filled with candy so that he would look forward to going to school.
That was it.
And Grandma says at about 2 years old, she moved and she went to the potty. She remembers going to the potty. She also rattled on the cupboard, and her mother said for her not to do that because she was afraid it would fall on her. And then we went through family roots. Do you guys want to tell us about the family roots? Your mother's name.
My mother's name is Charlotte,
Okay.
and family name is Hahn.
Han. And then
Married name is Hahn, and the birth name is Lehmann. Lehmann.
All right.
And her
And
name was Emma.
all right. And your mother's name was Frida, right?
Yes.
And she was born in Seftenberg.
Yes.
Sen-
You're getting better.
I'm giving it, okay. And your father's name?
Heinrich
Heinrich.
Schröder,
Okay. And he was from,
Schierstein.
and your father's name?
Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Max.
And he was from Senftenberg.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to tell us about your brothers and sisters?
Just
Who they were, just their names.
Well, the names you pronounce them. She's better than me.
He's got an older brother, Siegfried, who fell during World War II in the war. And he has a sister, Gretel, actually Margaret, but Gretel was her nickname. He has a sister, Elfriede, a brother, Gerhard, and the youngest sister was Erika.
Okay. And your brothers and sisters?
I had one brother, Werner, and he died at the age of 17. He had a heart problem. And I had a younger sister, Mariana.
And your favorite family tradition?
Well, we used to celebrate Christmas. We would have German potato salad and have a big ring of sausage which got heated up. It tasted almost like knackwurst.
The origin of worst.
Yes. And we would all sing Christmas songs together. There weren't very many presents. Everybody got like a plate with some cookies. And every Christmas, my father made for me a little dollhouse. It was actually like a kitchen and a bedroom for my dolls. And he made that out of wood. And they got little odds and ends as furniture in there, and I used to play with that. After the holidays, it was put away until next year. That's it.
And how about your favorite family tradition?
What did we wrote down?
We wrote down Christmas. You either had goose or had rabbit.
That was about it. Otherwise, there was not much to remembering. We had bad Christmases. But I remember.
All
It
right.
was wartime, you know. I mean, what?
All right. So we never got this far. So school days. Grandpa, where did you go to school? What was
Where
the
you
school
think?
name? What was the school's name?
Volksschule 3.
Can you?
Folk is
Ha.
Folke, and Schule is Schule.
Right?
Yeah.
See, I can spell some German.
Number
All
3 in this.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Number 3. And Grandma, where did you go to school?
I went to a public school also. I went to the old school, which was for the smaller grades, for the first 4 grades, and then I went to the older grades, what is probably called here a middle school. And at the age of 14 and a half, we were done. And after that, I went to work. And we had like on-the-job training for 3 years, but at the same time, I went to a business high school and I got my diploma at the age of 18.
Alright. Do you remember any of the school's names or just?
Yes, it was Lehrstraße, die alte Schule and the neue Schule, the old school and the new school, they used to call it in our time. It was a smaller
It's a
town.
very small town, yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
The old school was for the smaller grades, and the new school
Just for the higher
for the
grades.
higher grades, yes.
And business.
Business high school, I went in Wiesbaden for 3 years in the big city. But I also worked. I worked 5 days and I went 1 day to school.
Alright. And let's see, Grandpa, what kind of clothes did you wear to school?
What kind of what?
Clothing. Like, what was the style then?
God. War clothing. What women? What clothing? Whatever you could find. Shirts, bare pants, a jacket. That was it. There were no clothes. You could go in a store
It's
and
not
say, I
like
want to
the-
buy something.
Yeah, there was nothing to buy
No.
back then. It's
Not
not like
during
they
the
had
war.
zoot suits.
I think his mother gave him once a beanie to wear on his head, but when he was around the corner, he took it off. He
A
didn't like
beanie?
it.
She's not.
Did it have a propeller?
Now listen, from now on, ask her what I wear, because she knows more than me. But,
Oh, no, we want this from your perspective. And what kind of clothing did you wear?
Mostly hand-me-downs.
Remember the silk parachute
Yes.
dress?
I had a dress made out of a silk,
Parachute.
of silk, which came from a parachute. I had made a ski suit. When my grandfather died, they took a coat apart and used the material to make me a suit, a pair of pants and a jacket. I remember it was black.
Yeah.
I had, in school, I had 1 skirt, maybe 2 warmer pullovers, and a couple of blouses, knee socks, and shoes. We got 1 pair a year. During the summer months, we did not wear any shoes. We wore these wooden sandals, which were some form of shoe.
Like a
But-
clog then? Or
Yes.
Were they closed? Or?
No, they was open. They had like
leather
little
strap.
strips of leather over it.
Wow.
you almost looked what Dave was wearing the other day.
Similar, yes, but
Oh, no, you don't cut it
it
today.
was wood. Now the wood was straight. Now what they did is they went to the front, they made like a joint in there. They cut the wood and they put it together with from old tires, the rubber. They used that to combine it on the bottom, so you could walk and you would go like that instead of straight.
When you didn't make all the noise. You
Yeah.
know how wood sounds?
Yes,
I
it
had
would take
clogs
little-
once. Bastard clogs.
Yes.
Clog, clog, clog.
Yeah, we lived on Gary Street, and I sat downstairs and you went up or down the stairs with them clocks. My God. I
No, that
just-
was not me.
But Siegfried and
Zig,
Sonja,
yeah.
yes.
I didn't have clogs until I was 18 or 19. I
Yeah,
bought them. I know they were pricey too because Bastard clogs came from Sweden.
They were over $40, I think.
Wow.
Yes, and in those years, in the 70s.
Alright. Grandpa, how did you get to school?
Walk.
Walk. Alright. Grandma?
Walk. And the higher grades, I took a bus. It was approximately 4 miles away from where we lived.
And Grandpa, what did you want to do when you grew up?
When I grew up,
When you were a little kid, what did you want to be?
a butcher.
See, I
Because they had meat.
he wanted to eat the meat.
And what did you want to be?
I wanted to be a sales girl in a shoe store. I really did because I always had no shoes, and it seemed if I worked there, maybe I get some, you know. What
That's where you
fits
get
me
your
like.
shoe fetish from.
We used to get 1 pair of shoes a year, and most of the time, I was 12 years old. They said they gave me veggie shoes for ladies, not for a child. My feet were hurting for 3 months until they were stretched. They always give me bad shoes.
All right, so think back to when you were in school. What did they teach you in school that they don't teach now?
What they don't teach
What
now,
they do not teach now?
religion,
Okay. And that was in the public schools too?
yeah,
Really?
music.
They still
Oh,
teach
they teach
music,
it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They still teach music.
Do you sing now in school?
There's choirs,
Choirs.
chorus,
It's
and all that.
elective, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Wow.
yeah, it's elective. It's not
I
a
would say
mandatory course.
religion. Anything how to do what you do today?
Anything you learned in school that you know the kids don't learn now?
Yes, I learned how to sew, to knit, and to crochet. Also embroidery, fancy things to make. The funny part is we had no yarn to learn it with. That was really sad. That's why I like to do it still now, because I can take all the colors I want and make my own designs. I always watched an elderly lady how she knit. She was like a machine, really fast. I had no yarn, but I watched her, and I saw her doing it. We learned the basics in school. I think I made garters or something like that, real small. That's all the yarn we had. Nice.
All right. And how about when you were in school, what kind of subjects opened your eyes?
Math. I love math.
Grandpa?
Same thing. That's the only one I loved.
I like.
Care for school.
Yeah.
I liked geography too, but I hated history.
Oh God, I was.
Okay. And the classes that made me daydream.
Science. I wasn't too crazy.
Okay. And for you?
What I didn't like,
Yeah, it made you daydream in class, like you just didn't pay attention.
music, singing.
Alright. And what is your fondest memory from school?
The snowball fights.
Playing soccer any chance I got.
Oh, that's right.
It was like we lived soccer, so speaking.
Alright. Oh, what's your fondest memory from school?
I used to love to make signs or have the fancy, how would I say?
Calligraphy, maybe?
Not calligraphy, not that much, but I used to like to do these kind of things.
So art.
Art,
Yeah.
yes. Art mainly in writing. I could not draw a dog, but I was able to do houses. I would paint houses or just take a pencil or just put the shadows in and everything.
Okay.
Things
That's
like-
where you get your art from. Alright. Grandpa, who was your best friend from childhood?
My best friend, actually, that guy took off when the war was just at the end of the war. He was the son of the biggest Nazi in the city.
Oh my God, you don't say so.
No, don't write that down.
No, we
Yeah,
have to put
the
down.
camera is on.
It's okay. This is part of your history. It
Yeah,
doesn't
my dad was
matter.
my
Yeah.
best friend till I was 14 years old.
What's
Then
his
when the
name?
Russians came, he took off. The father.
He
The whole
escaped.
family took
He
off.
escaped to
Do you remember what his name was?
Lothar Kretschmer.
Lothar.
Yes.
I don't know, but we'll put K down.
Kretchmer. Kretschmer.
Oh, yeah.
The way you say it, the way you write it. I mean, in the German language.
And Grandma, who is your best friend from childhood?
My girlfriend Wilma.
W-I-L-A-M-A?
Yeah.
Just like Wilma and Fred.
Yeah.
Wilma Hess. H-E-S-S.
Right. And what were your favorite childhood games?
Oh, we used to play games on the streets like hopscotch. We used to take some slate and mark the streets with because chalk was not available.
And Dad, of course, soccer.
That's all good. It's like a real baseball, real
Yeah.
soccer.
Alright. Who was your best friend from high school?
You didn't go
You
to
didn't go
high school.
From your business school?
Adelheid.
A-D.
Oh, I went to business school too, but
Yeah.
A-D-E-L-H-E-I-D. Adelheid Fuhr. F-U-H.
Oh, hang on. A-D-E-L.
H-E-I-D, Adelheid.
Okay,
Fuhr, F-U-H-R.
alright.
We worked for the same company and we went to business high school in the same
Okay.
class.
Okay,
Let's
so,
get Dad real quick.
wait,
Okay.
did you turn it off? Okay. Who is your friend from the business school?
Well, you met him 2 years ago. Helga Wendt.
G-U-N-T-E-R.
Gunter.
W-O-N-D.
W-U-N-D-R-A-C-K.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, time out.
Time out.
Alright. Alright, so Grandpa, when you were kids, what did you do for fun? Soccer.
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 We're playing Cowboys and Indians.
Ah. And Grandma?
Well, I had some dolls. I played with my dolls when I was a child. I played games with my brother who was a year and a half younger, like table games, like Trouble.
Mensch, I had to
You had trouble?
Mensch, I had to schnit.
The German word is Mensch, ärgere dich nicht. That means person,
Don't
don't
aggravate yourself.
get mad. That's what it is said over there. That's the name for it.
Alright. Grandpa, when you were a kid, how did you get into trouble? What kind of trouble did you get into?
Come
I
on, tell
wouldn't want to say it.
him about stealing the apples.
Still, yeah.
Stealing apples?
And the peaches from the neighbor's
With the
tree.
peaches from the neighbor.
From the tree, he took them.
Yeah. That was so funny with that guy. I was watching them ripen and he watching the owner. There's time because he would get it. I got him before him. I mean, that night, I've done one under. I opened my shirts, picked them off. It was a small tree. The next day, I remember, he came out. Come to, I got a wife's name, come to and take a look. He didn't even left one. Then of little girls. Well, 2 years ago we went to Germany and met the daughter. Oh no, you didn't come with us. I never had much to do with her, you know, there. Like I was a long lost body hopping out of the car.
Did she talk about the apples and the peaches?
Yeah. She probably know, I mean, we were the only neighbor on that side.
Oh, that's too funny.
Well, we didn't, couldn't buy them in the store, you had to get them wherever you could get them.
Grandma, what kind of trouble did you get into?
I really can't even recall it. Oh, I would go swimming without letting my mother know. I learned how to swim, and I would
She
just
swam across the Rhine River, across the harbor. Can you imagine? A whole harbor. That's crazy. That's a big harbor. I've been there.
My mother couldn't swim, and she was always afraid of the water, you know. So
Alright. Grandpa, how did you learn the true meaning of friendship?
How would you explain it? The true meaning? I really don't got the answer. What would be the right,
What did somebody do for you without you ever having to ask them? Just because they wanted to help you out?
I really don't, I mean, I had, like I said, that kid, the father was, we were friends. Our friendship was more or less, I could get things from him what I couldn't get nowhere, because they were rich people, you know. But the whole true meaning, I don't know, you explain that.
I can't speak for you.
Well, what's
Now,
your
what was
opinion
the
for
true
it?
meaning?
My true meaning of friendship was when my father's cousin and his wife asked me to live with them. I was 12 years old at the time. They were going to take me in like an adopted child, but I was somehow related. Their both sons died in the war, and they wanted somebody to inherit all their things, their business, their house, and whatever came with it, acres and things. But then when I met Grandpa, I walked away from everything. That's what happened.
Right.
Now, during them
That's what those
years,
people who are like their friends. You know, I mean,
them years, there was
My
tough years
grandmother's
with the
sister.
war and everything, you know, I mean, I don't know what really the right answer would be.
people who protect you from
Really
bad
told me
things.
that.
He's not that poetic.
No, that was not really, didn't matter to me in them days was
Survival.
survival
of the
or
fittest.
out.
Survival of the fittest, yeah.
Yeah.
And war, when they say war is rough, that for
So
Dad it was.
Kept going,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
All right. Falling in love is the next section.
What?
Falling in love.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
All right.
She
It's okay. This
instigated
is
that.
this how your grandmother and grandfather met. So how you guys met?
Well, I went swimming in the Rhine River that evening. I was on my bike. On the way home, I stopped at a little stand. These people sold strawberries for my dad, and he asked me to pick up the baskets. One thing and the other, some other girl who knew me, I don't know if she said to him that would be a girl for you, or
Not
she
to
said
me.
she said to me that would be a good boyfriend for you or something. That's how we met. That's it.
Over your grandfather's strawberry baskets, I love it.
And then just to pick
So
up.
you blame your dad, it's all your fault, I had to pick up your
He
baskets.
told me you gotta pick them up, I need them for tomorrow.
All right. And let's see. The next statement says we were married on what date?
January 4, 1958.
Okay. And where we were married? Where were you married?
Just at the Justice of the Peace in Wiesbaden.
And did you do anything for your honeymoon?
No. Arnold went to America.
That was my honeymoon.
Alone.
All right. Memories of our first years together.
Oh, we would go out a lot, especially on weekends. We would go to the movies. Here and there was some, in the summer months, there was a Harbor Festival, there was Strawberry Festival in little towns next to us. And they had like all kinds of harvest festivals, you know, where people would go have good food.
Could we hang around
Some
with
drinks.
my sister and my brother?
Oh yes, we often went to his sister and brother-in-law. We visited them.
Okay. And what kind of advice do you have on love and marriage?
Wait,
Wait.
that's enough.
Nothing else.
No.
Think about David and Mata. They're married right now. So what kind of advice can you give them for staying together and working through the hard times? And
I will never give anybody advice because I don't want to be quoted as, oh, you said so.
well, how about ways that you guys got through
It got
things?
me into trouble when I said that to certain people, okay? You said that. Oh, I didn't even remember it sometimes, you know, so I better don't say nothing. Advice, well, at least you have to have enough money to do that big step in your life. If you are poor, like Grandpa and me, we had nothing, we couldn't have even an apartment. Germany was bombed out and all the people from eastern countries, they came to live in the western part. It was just overcrowded everything, and by the time they built up new homes, it took 20 years. And we were just the product of,
Your generation.
that's what it is, yes.
All right. See, starting a family. What was your first home together?
Lackawanna,
Yeah.
honest to God, here in the United States.
All right. And let's see, our children. So we'll start from oldest.
Anna-Marie and Sonja were born in Germany.
Right. And then there's Sig.
Siegfried, Elizabeth and Richard.
And she's E-L-I-Z or S?
No Z, an S
S.
instead of a C. That's a German spell. After I named Siegfried, I says, my goodness, nobody could say that name. So
Yeah.
I says, I give him a name what is English and German, like Elizabeth and Richard. It's both,
Okay.
you know.
And
She
who,
just really liked the Burtons. Don't let her kid you.
who caused the most mischief in the family?
Oh, Richard,
The
hands
children,
down.
definitely the youngest. Yes, Richard.
Put Ricky, because I know him better as Ricky.
Yeah.
And who is the peacemaker?
Peacemaker. I think Anne and Sonia kind of control the younger ones.
I
Both of
I was
them.
the general, and Son was the lieutenant, and she instituted the orders.
She had the patience too.
She did, whereas
She
I,
had the patience to
for
watch
Betty,
for
and I always got Ricky.
Did you? I
Yes,
thought it was the
always.
other way
Whenever
around.
we went anywhere, she took care of Betty because
Uh-huh.
she just drove me crazy. And I had Ricky because I could put him in a headlock.
I know you used to play suffocation. I heard about
That was Zig's
That has, been,
idea.
that has been passed down for years.
That's Zig's idea. Don't ever let your child know about that. Because that was Zig. Zig was evil.
it. Sick done that?
That was Zig's initiation,
He
yep.
started it probably.
Mhm.
Kind of figured.
That's a boy thing. He just
Yeah.
talked us into it. Zig was a very good persuader. There you go.
All right. What did you feel like when you became a parent?
How do I feel like? That would be hard to say, because you weren't really married, you know.
Were you full of fear? Were you proud? Anxious? Excited for a new adventure?
I was kind of proud when Anne come along, especially after I saw her. I couldn't say, you know.
All right. Grandma?
Well, I thought I was a little too young and too inexperienced to handle babies. Although I took care of my sister often, but I never changed the diaper.
You were 21 years old, too young. to
I
maybe
think
to have
I was-
4 kids.
I was working and I wanted to kind of be more in life. I really don't want to be a mother that young, but it happened. So that was that.
And Grandma, what does family mean to you?
Family means somebody you can depend on. I mean, most of the time you can depend on a brother, a sister, or a son. Hey, can you help me with this? Or can you borrow me some money? And things like that. That is a family thing in our family anyways.
Okay. What does family mean to you?
Just about the same.
Same. All right.
Come on, how about the Fanny Stinger?
Huh?
Fanny Stinger. Did you get my birthday card, by the way?
Yes, they were lovely. I
Did
never
you?
mentioned it to you.
It had Johnny Cash. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Tulsa.
You know what he did? He
I
opened it
then
up.
he drove through Oklahoma to get here.
All right. Work. Grandpa, what was your first after-school job?
I should. I'm still on there.
You're still on there.
Killing rabbits.
After your job?
You killed rabbits.
No, no,
As
I
a
worked in
boy,
the bakery. What are you talking about? Became a baker.
he did for the whole street. He was the only guy on the street.
All right.
They all raised rabbits and they had no
No, you
way
talk
of
about
killing
after school when I was done with school.
Yeah.
Well, like, no. When you were in school still.
them. And what you
Like,
do-
what kind of job did you do when you were still in school?
Oh, they didn't have newspaper boys or
Yeah.
stuff like that back then. You know, he wasn't.
It was.
He couldn't mow lawns.
Tell them about the rabbits.
You have to feed the animals. You have to have chickens, geese,
He worked in the garden.
pigeons, pig.
Wow.
Try to get the food wherever you can find, like the grass for the rabbits.
Grasses, seeds,
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Dandelion leaves.
Yeah.
All right. And Grandma, what was your first job, first after-school kind of job?
I would go shopping for the neighbors. They had a problem walking, so I went shopping for them.
So she was a personal shopper.
I was 6 years old, I started to take the shoemaker. He was just 2 houses away from us. The shoes were done. He made me take them to the people who they belonged to, his customers. I got a tip from them, and I got a tip from him. I made pennies.
At 6 years
At
old.
6,
Wow.
7 years old, I started it.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
And when I was 12, I started working for my aunt selling candy in the store.
Wow. All right. What was your least favorite job?
My least favorite job, I just wouldn't do nothing what I didn't. Oh, going in the fields and getting the potatoes behind the plow. And I had to help at my mom's family's farms. During the fall, we would get 2 weeks vacation.
I thought you had to pick the potato bugs off the potatoes. Who told me that?
But that you done that during the war. I mean, in
You
school.
That would be my least favorite job.
Yes, we did that during school. They would.
Okay, that
They
was
would tell
worse
us
than,
to go
wasn't
into
that
the-
worse than picking the actual potatoes? I wouldn't
Yes,
mind
it
picking
was.
a potato. Pick a bug off of a potato so
There
that
was
it
a
would
big
grow.
farm in our hometown.
Ew.
And they would say, we have a lot of potatoes growing, but the bugs are eating the leaf, and this way the plant will not
Grow.
survive. So all the children from school, 1 class at a time, about 50, 60 of us, had to take a glass jar, like a canning jar, and pick these bugs. They were about the size, about 3 times the size of a ladybug. They had yellow and brown stripes across. We had to pick them up and put them in the jar. And then at the end they were, I don't know what they did with them, we had to give them to somebody. I was about 10 years old when I started doing that, and I hated it.
Wow.
I hated it to touch
Touch a
anything
bug.
what was alive. I
Yeah.
didn't mind to touch the leaves of the plant, but it's just,
I remember the potato bug story. That's why I had to bring it up. I'm like, huh?
What was your least favorite job?
Let's find the food for the animal, for the rabbits, the grass. You had no lawns or nothing. You had to find wherever your little grass grow, get it. I hated that. But you had to do it. You needed
Yeah.
food. No.
Right. And your chosen career was a baker.
Baker, yeah. That was not by choice. That was by. I wanted to be a butcher, but I was not the butcher. The Russians stole all our animals. So baker, yes, baker is fine.
Okay. Grandma, your chosen career.
I wanted to work in a store.
Store
Well,
clerk.
what you did for work, like for the majority. I know you worked in the grocery store. So what
Yes.
did you do there?
Store clerk.
Selling
Store.
things over the counter. You know, you had to, let's say somebody needed a pound of sugar, you had it in a drawer, you
You had to
laid
measure
it
things
up,
and
put
put it
it
in a
on the
bag.
scale,
Yeah.
and you had to learn how to close the bags properly so the customer wouldn't lose half of whatever was packed in.
Right. And Grandma, what was your dream job?
I just wanted to be a manager for the big company I worked for. That's what I aimed for. I was assistant with 19.
Grandpa, what was your dream job?
Butcher.
No.
Your dream job. If you could have been anything.
If I could be anything,
John Wayne.
no.
A
He went to be a
cowboy.
Cowboy, cowboy.
No. A dream job. I never thought about it as a dream job. Any job. I mean, let's say baker, fine. Butcher actually was my
Butcher.
dream job. A butcher, yes.
All right. All right. Do you have any advice for choosing a career?
An advice for choosing a career. I would say get smart in school, get an education, and then you get anything you want to be. Well,
That's true.
that's what we didn't have.
Grandma?
I would like to say, choose something you really like to do, so when you do your job, you don't go there with feelings like, gee, I hate that job. I worked in bakeries, they were very hot in the summer, and I just hated it. But if you work in an air-conditioned store, it was pleasant.
Okay. All right, play. Grandpa, what are your favorite hobbies?
I'm pretty much happy now or as a kid.
I think as growing up through the years.
God, we used to play every sport under the sun.
The what?
You and all of us kids, we played every sport under the sun. We played
hobby,
basketball,
yeah, I
and
would say
baseball, and soccer,
Anything in sport.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we took him
anything.
sledding.
tobogganing.
Anything.
Yes.
Yeah, it's sport in general.
Okay. And Grandma, your favorite hobbies?
My hobbies, I would say it's needlework. That's it. I don't have any other hobbies.
All right. How about sports that make you cheer?
The what?
Sports that make you cheer.
Sport, what make me stay now? Football.
Football. Grandma?
Football.
I like the ice skating.
Ice skating.
Yes. I mean, I like to watch them. I never could do it myself.
All right. How about music that inspires you?
Music that inspired me, Elvis Presley.
Okay. Grandma?
I think Mozart.
I spelled that wrong. That's okay.
M-O-Z-A-R-T.
And his name was Wolfgang Amadeus.
Amadeus.
The best trip you ever took?
I would say going across the country to California.
Driving?
Driving, seeing the sceneries, all the mountains and the valleys and the ocean.
Grandpa?
The same thing, we were together. Yeah, same thing.
All right. How about a book that really changed you?
It was a German book. It was strictly meant for people who were in business. I remember the title Soll und Haben, but I really don't know what to say about it. So,
All right. How about for you, Grandpa?
A book what changed me? Cowboys and Indians.
That's why he wanted to
That's
come
what
to
made me
America.
came here. And I read plenty of them.
Old time novels.
Grandpa, what movie would you see over and over again?
Movie I would see over and over. That's something to think. Yes, you saw so many, I wouldn't really say which one.
What's your favorite movie? Gotta be a John Wayne or something, right?
Westerns.
Westerns.
Just
yeah.
westerns? All right.
I saw most of them, yes.
Grandma?
Whenever he watched a war movie, he'd say, "They're lying! That's not what happened!"
What?
The war movies.
Oh,
Sunday's big show of the week.
Grandma, what's a movie you'd see over and over again?
The Sound of Music.
And Grandpa, what is your favorite TV show?
right now?
Yeah.
Archie.
Oh, the family.
All the family.
All right. Grandma, what's your favorite TV show?
Forensic Files. Forensic Files. And anything what has to do with solving criminal cases. I like that kind of stuff
All right.
at this time in my life.
What is your favorite indoor activity?
Well, I like to decorate the house. When I was younger, I did more. Yes,
Grandpa, what's your favorite indoor activity?
Go. Oh, shuffleboard, you know.
We have a shuffleboard place right around the corner from here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna have to go.
In a bar?
Yes. Bilbo's next weekend.
You can go do that, yes.
Yeah, you and I.
Yes.
I have to practice.
No, you must those two
I'm the
are.
shuffleboard captain for Corporate Challenge.
All right. Grandpa, what's your favorite outdoor activity?
Outdoor activities.
What used to be doesn't have to be
Yeah.
now.
Going on picnics.
We went on a lot of, wait,
Yeah.
Right. And what's your favorite outdoor activity?
I would say taking care of the lawn. I like doing that. Like weed whacking and stuff like that. Little things.
Mowing.
Little gardening, a little pottering around with some flowers on the side.
Okay. And Grandma, what is your favorite way to spend time with your family?
Getting together, having parties.
Christmas parties were always fun back in the
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
We would have all of us there, all the kids ripping up their Christmas presents. You had to have 15 or 20 people in that house at one point,
I know.
trying to get everybody on the table.
18 at one time,
Yeah.
I think I counted.
And that little
Wow.
house, that was a lot of people
Yeah.
in that little house.
All right, Grandpa, what's your favorite way to spend time with family?
About the same what grandma does.
All right, just for fun, what is the best gift you ever received?
The best gift I ever received.
You don't know. The Stetson?
Oh, God,
Is
that's right, I
that
thought of a
Oh,
couple.
it's that.
He loves his
Let me
cowboys.
think.
Let you think for a minute. What was the best gift you ever received?
I inherited money. I like money. It's the truth. What should I like? It's the truth.
Reclining chair.
Recliner.
And the recliner, yeah. I still sit in that thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you know more than me.
You got two of them as a gift. You got the first one when you were 50, and then you got one from me a couple of years ago.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah,
All
they
right.
were- I think Sig and I got it together on son.
I know you guys have visited a lot of places, but where is a place that you haven't visited that you'd like to?
Where I would like to visit, where I didn't go yet. Let me think.
Nowhere that you've missed, nowhere that you'd like to go that you haven't gone to?
I know.
Where?
Italy.
Italy.
Just to see it.
Oh, I always wanted to see Spain.
There you
She
go.
always stopped me from her. She was afraid of about in Spanish
Shut-
senoritas.
God.
This is for posterity, Dad, be nice.
All right. What is your favorite holiday or celebration?
My favorite holiday is Mother's Day, I think.
Grandpa?
My favorite holiday used to be New Year's Eve.
Nice. Party guy.
Wow.
Okay. And who is the person you would most like to meet, past or present?
Who I would like to meet? I think maybe Eisenhower. He brought us to be here.
All right.
Wow.
He was a good president. And, you know what came after?
Grandma?
Jackie Kennedy.
She was a president.
Her husband was.
Oh.
All right. And what kind of technological development have had the greatest effect on you?
Electric refrigerators. Television.
Anything else?
Video cameras.
Wheel of Fortune game. I had to get that in there.
Yes.
Come on.
Wheel of Fortune.
It's a Wheel of Fortune game.
I like game shows the best on TV.
Anything else to add?
Cars.
All right. First presidential election in which I voted. Neither of you guys voted.
No.
What was the first president when you guys came over? Eisenhower.
Eisenhower, yes.
Yeah.
I voted for Adenauer in Germany. Once. And then I left.
Grandma, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Vanilla.
Grandpa?
chocolate.
That.
That was easy.
What's your favorite color?
Green,
Grandpa?
Blue.
blue, I knew that would come.
And what's your favorite saying?
Favorite what?
Saying.
Saying?
Yeah.
Let me think.
That's the same. Let me
not,
think.
Let me think. Now let me think.
Yeah.
Or, no, I'm not sleeping.
I have one. Don't worry, be happy.
The favorite thing would be like, you kidding me.
Kidding me.
You say that a lot.
Mhm.
When you have, especially when you're on Wally.
All right. When are you happiest?
When I'm done doing my housework and I get to sit down and watch game shows on television. Now, at this time in my life, let's say that.
Okay, Grandpa?
When I'm the happiest,
Yeah.
when I have a pocket full of moolah money.
Moolah money.
Well, everybody's happy when you got that.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so these are going to be for you guys to fill out anytime you want. It says words of wisdom and my wish for you. So I guess that's it, unless you guys want to say some words of wisdom for the camera.
I have to think about
Alright.
it. Boss, did I say something or I don't really think, I shouldn't have said that.
Alright, well why don't we take a few minutes off of the camera.
Yes.